Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Underground stream. Tonight we'll be talking about Monarch, episode 9. Really awesome episode. We'll be talking about the last one next Friday. But rest assured, that was a fantastic one. I jumped the gun. But we're also going to be talking about a few crazy topics tonight, that's for sure. We'll have some Rumble conversation. We'll have plenty of that.
Denny, we really have to talk about your premature watching. It's starting to become a problem.
Listen, I've been damn good.
No, there is a medication for it.
Just turn
it
one
on.
job.
One job.
Oh, God damn it. Thank you, guys. We're not even 2 minutes in. Oh, shit. Anyway, we're just setting them up here and knocking them down. It's okay. Self-deprecating comedy is it's a fun thing. Speaking of comedy, we're going to be talking about the AI George Carlin special. These people are evil, what they've been doing. I know his daughter's very pissed off about that situation, so we'll hit that too tonight. But first and foremost, we do have a really killer project that is. I got 3 days left on it. So if you guys want to, please jump on this one. I'm gonna do a quick little shill on this, and then we'll get into everything with my panelists and everyone else that's out there. Again, we got 27 backers. 3 days left, and I did a couple of updates on the campaign because some more original artwork did sell. Also, as a reminder, don't forget, folks, formerly designer McFarlane Toys, and we got some extra cool artwork. I wanted to show off. That probably is going to be in the book, but I can't really talk about certain things. But yeah, no, it's loaded with amazing artwork here. We have sketches, ink pages, beautifully rendered full color illustrations. Like I said, about half or a little more than half the book out of the 64 pages is full color. Like I said, it's a little bit of everything in here for everyone. You know, a lot of people who just dig my artwork and they want to see just the different stuff that I do and kind of my process. You'll see a little bit of that in here. We did sell out of a few more pieces. That Incredible Hulk went. We have the Wanda piece is gone. The Raphael. Someone on panel owns that one now. Well, it's gone. And then we got the Supergirl. So those are gone. So if you want them, don't sleep on this stuff. Like I said, because that's original artwork. And whatever tier that you get that has original artwork, you will be getting a signed book as well. And like I said, we also do have the other awesome books on here. And a big shout out to Loki. He gave me a shout out, I think, over on that Echo Base Network today, which was awesome. Thank you, bro. If he has time, I mean, he's got an invite, so if he wants to pop in today, he most certainly could. He's been on before. We'll have him on again because, Loki is awesome. And, I deliver, and I think that's what people really enjoy about my stuff.
That's what she said.
Yeah, well, I'm always delivering big packages. It's also what she said. So it's great. If you want the good stuff, you're gonna get it right here. Like I said, fantastic artwork and stories.
Yeah, no blue pill involved.
Yeah, no blue pill. That's why they a lot of them were calling me High T. Vinny High T. So there's a reason for that. Because like I said, all my stuff is out on time and glorious. If we could get the numbers up on it within these 3 days, I do want to go for perfect binding. Right now, it's gonna be tight.
That's what she said.
Well, again, I told you I deliver a big package. Listen, if you want that extra quality. If you want that extra quality, we do have it here. So please get the word out. Like I said, I have not been on any major channels. I had a night with World Class Bullshitters, which was great, and a couple other little spots here or there. None of these other people that I've promoted, none of them invited me on. None of them promoted my stuff. So the ones who have, I thank you kindly. You guys are awesome. You guys and girls are fantastic. But we know how that kind of like that cult mentality is with a lot of these stupid creators that keep having slap fights. Over here, we don't give a shit about that. We just want to put out great projects at the highest quality possible, and that's what we do here. And that's what I like to showcase. So, everybody who's been supporting all my projects, I truly do thank you guys and girls. Because without you, I can't do this. you know, and I want to continue putting out awesome stuff. We have City Venus 2 is the next book that's going to be actual comic book. This one's just an art book right now, but like I said, this one's not going to stay up very long. It's after the 3 days, we'll be in demand for a very short amount of time, just until fulfillment's done, and then I'll be closing it. So I'll have updates along that process from when I get my money, when I go to the printer, and all that great stuff. I might have to get one more sample copy though before I do a full print run, because some changes are happening. I'm adding a couple of cool pieces in there. So I'm going to be removing, I had like a couple that were just like pencil, and then you see the ink version. So I'm removing the pencil version on a couple of things so I could slip in, I don't know, some other cool artwork. I'm just saying.
Slipping something in again. Vinny, were you getting excited about those numbers?
I'd be more excited if those numbers went up a lot more. Yeah. Remember, the better the campaigns do, the cooler stuff you guys are going to get, you know? That's what it comes down to. So again, I don't have a major network behind me. We just got, you know, these great channels here and the awesome people that have been backing and supporting everything. So again, I thank you guys and girls. I got to get the link out there in the chat. It's in the description, but yeah. So that's that for now. We're going to jump into our topics. We're going to say hello to people first, and of course we got Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective, who's been busting my balls in you know, because he likes me, and that's what he does. He breaks balls. How you doing, Tommy?
You know, I'm doing all right. Just puttering around. Today was actually a banner day for the collective. Believe it or not, I guess harassing the living shit out of CenturyLink, both on the phone and in person when the text arrived, and calling them out on social media kind of worked in my favor today because the internet was semi-working. I mean, shit, it only took me 45 minutes to upload a 7-minute video. That is actually a banner day here for the collective. So I was able to get a few videos uploaded for today. One that's going to go up. It's going to be the full video on that Leonardo creature that we talked about on Collectible Pass. The full video is going up tonight around 7:30. So they did a little extra stuff at the end of that video, so you get to see the creature kind of like making his I guess round to getting to the people in the audience. But a bunch of other stuff I got to upload and got working on some stuff. So yeah, man, things are looking up for a change. And once again, I would like to thank all the people that have subscribed to the channel and pushed the channel to 1,800 subs. I would really like to hit 2,000 subs to see that I'm not monetized, because there's a certain friend in our circle that said there's no way you're going to get to 2,000 subs and not be monetized. And I want to prove that I'm right.
Well, Mr. Grant Gregory can tell you can get to 112,000 subs and not get monetized because YouTube sucks sometimes.
Well, it's all the movie clips that he put up. That's why. That's yep. I had one that went viral, and I edited the shit out of it, and they still came after me. And yeah, that's why for a time I wasn't monetized. It was because of that stupid thing. I got rid of it, and then I had to wait and fight with them for about 3 to 4 months, I think. Oh no, I got rejected, and then I had to delete something else, and then so it was 6 months I had to wait until I could get remonetized, which I am now, which it's retarded. Yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't like any of us. They don't want any of us to succeed. They just want the massive, you know, scumbags who are bringing in millions and millions and millions of views. That's what they want. They don't want, you know, just the regular average person who's trying to build up, because they're scumbags. Yeah. You know that.
It's the truth, man. They just love, you know, real quick, pop a cotton half hour. Huh? I know that. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. I was there. But I'm a harasser. What's going on, DJ Ronnie G and Leia Lurch? You were close. It's not going to be a Wi-Fi tower. I'm just going to go right back to the old telegraph lines, because it'll probably be faster when I'm working with. What's up, Monotony? So I'm going to go monetize that pig. What up, man? Curtis, right. What's going on, Curtis?
Hey everybody. Yeah, we were just doing we're gonna start going around the horn here, saying hi to everybody. That's for sure, because we got the legend Chris Fisk is on panel as well. How you doing, Chris?
Yeah, doing all right, man. Yesterday, last night around 9 o'clock, I got to hang out with Pete Sametti on his show and talk about escapism and comics and
Nice.
Infinitale. It was awesome.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I've been on Pete's channel a couple of times in the past on other campaigns. Yeah, he's I believe Asian and Italian.
That's right.
We got an Asian.
We will take
Jew.
over.
Yeah, there's a mix of everything here. It's great.
Now there are two of them.
Yeah, that is right.
They fry now.
Well, he's
They
also
fry
a fellow Granite Stater, so
He's also
yeah.
what?
I mean, he's a fellow Granite Stater as well. So yeah, I didn't realize how close he lived to me. So that's pretty.
Oh
badass.
wow! Look at that. Are you guys gonna hang out at that convention?
I don't believe so. He's got some stories to tell about that convention.
Oh, okay. So hashtag no Senate room floor love. Gotcha.
Yeah, you got to watch out when somebody says they want to hang out with you, Chris. It might not be the hangout that you're thinking about. You know what I'm saying, buddy?
Yeah, no play date. No play date at the convention. But yeah, no, it sucks when the promoters of the conventions are kind of like that. I've had one issue with one that switched over to a really big venue, and the people that were doing some really big venues around the country, just because how they treated one of my good friends, old time legend, in the comics community, and like they treated him like shit. And yeah, I fought with those people there, and then I left their convention because I'm like, this is disrespectful on so many levels. Yeah,
I mean the man, like so basically he like Alterna Comics is his baby. Like it's 18 years this year.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's got a lot of like experience and insights, and it blows my mind why somebody would just pick fights, you know what I mean, like disrespect or whatever. And it's like apparently that's a very common thing across all these like creative endeavors, and it's so it makes you really like become trench comrades, like you're like, okay, I know who the good guys are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's what it's been like. It's crazy. I mean, we're making comic books. People should be getting along a little bit better. If you can't, just go your own separate ways. But
yeah,
it's
about making
always
books, man.
Yeah, it's always something where here's a knife in my hand, then waiting for you to turn around. I don't
that,
get it.
or they make attacks and like these passive aggressive fucking attacks. They can't even name who they're talking about. They make passive aggressive attacks and all this stuff on creators, and then they want to like spin it and say, "Oh, I'm not attacking anybody." Dude, you're clearly attacking somebody.
Yeah.
Like it's not hard to read between the lines.
It's usually the millionaires
and
that do that.
And if people are getting that impression that that's what you're doing, that is what you're doing. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, it's just it's stupidity around. But let's get back to saying hi to people. Then we want to talk about Monarch for sure. So yeah, we got to dig Outlaw in the house as well. What's up, Doc?
I know nothing about Monarch.
It's okay. It's what you need to know is big monsters. They're awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you're getting shout outs. I'm going to use my influence to shout through you guys again, get Chris some attention before things start rolling hot and heavy with him again, too. Sorry I missed the past couple weeks. My numbers have been pretty bad, so been trying to recover. But no, it's good to be here.
All right, you feeling better? A little bit better now?
Yeah, a little bit better today, so I decided to come out and, act stupid with the rest of you.
Well, that's good. We appreciate it. Because don't worry,
Exactly.
we're going to talk about a topic that you had sent me.
When
we get to the Rumble side. It's mighty spicy.
Yeah, I told you guys a year ago. It's all
I
coming
know.
out.
I did not doubt you. But we also have, of course, the awesome Tina Bojan. How you doing, Tina?
I'm doing as well as can be. We've got the storm of the century flying through Chicago right now. Supposed to get up to 14 inches of snow. We've got maybe 4 or 5 so far. So,
Wow.
and there's a little lull in the storm before it starts up again. And unfortunately, a good friend of mine from college just lost her 22-year-old son in just a horrible accident. And, he was born within 6 weeks of both my youngest and my oldest nephew, and it's just it's a tragedy. It's horrible. Keep your kids close, hug them, love them, and just be careful out there, people.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Sending wishes and prayers to her and the family. Wow. Was it an accident or
If you believe it, it was a food allergy. You worry about it when they're toddlers or when they're in kindergarten. You figure by 22, how could this actually happen? And it damn it did. So
that is horrific. I know my cousins that a friend of theirs, she had a massive peanut allergy and nearly died like 2 years ago. Her boyfriend, he ate something earlier in the day that had peanuts in it. And again, it was the full day went. He was eating other things in between there, and because of whatever was left, there's some kind of residue or whatever. He kissed her, and she was in the hospital for a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, she almost died.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Moly.
It's crazy.
Yeah, for this kid, there was an accident at a restaurant, and there was somehow some dairy he got in contact with, and I mean, he's one of those always carries an EpiPen. His dad's had to give CPR on the driveway when he was younger because
Oh my God.
scary things happen, and you don't expect your kid that's made it to 22 and was going to graduate college in May, and all that tragedy, and something stupid just happened. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's
But anyway, I don't want to
tragic.
bring you guys down, but
Yeah, no, yeah,
thanks
but
for
we
around.
still want to send good thoughts to the family because it's
Don't bring us down.
Absolutely.
Down.
No way.
Down.
The
That's
rumble
right.
side.
It seems to be going around, Tina. My daughter, she had called me the other day, and apparently she'd gotten thrush, went to the doctors and got it taken care of, and then got it again. And I'm like,
Whoa.
Ouch. That's tough. My oldest had thrush for on and off for the first almost 2 years of his infancy. It was crazy. They were giving him the medication. He needed medication so strong, it wasn't even in liquid form. We had to actually crush the pills, the tablets that an adult would take, and then sprinkle the dust on his tongue just to get rid of it. It was crazy.
Wow.
So
That-
yeah.
Stuff's
But,
getting crazy out there, folks. We're getting a new
all
level.
those shots your kids take are very important. So make sure you follow your doctor's advice and all that fun stuff.
Except if the name starts with a Fouch. Do the opposite. I'm just anyway. We get
Capital ouch.
make sure when you get your shots, they're those trick needles.
Jesus. Speaking of somebody, well, I don't know. He's got a bite that's deadly, so they say. We have a
bring him
vampire
down.
in our midst. We have Angelous Draven. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to talking about this episode of Monarch.
Awesome.
It was pretty good. The pre-season or season finale or whatever.
Yeah, it was good. That cliffhanger was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in just a couple of seconds, actually. And of course, we got Brutal Morningwood in the house. Adam stepped out for a second. He'll be back.
Yeah.
But, how you doing, Brutal?
Oh, a lazy day here at the old top of Mount Morningwood. No fun or excitement until I sit down to do something I want to do, and then everybody wants my attention. No.
I think something might make you happy because it looks like we're in the midst of WW3 again.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's another topic we'll be hitting over on Rumble.
Finally.
Yeah,
my live action corpses and concubines.
Yeah, it sounds like there's one piece of the puzzle that's missing before we go all out, is what it looks like, and it's probably going to be something domestic. Yeah, folks, watch out and be ready.
Sure.
God knows what's going to happen. We just got to pray that everyone's going to stay sane and things will be all right. But we know.
Wait a minute, I have to be sane.
Well, technically not.
When you're beyond hope, just accept it. The rest of us will put the bib on you and take care of you. But the sanity part, just don't stress it. You'll never make it.
We got the first one in here tonight was Toy Mafia. What's up, man? Keely Chow. Thank you, buddy, too. I know he backed me recently as well. Thank you, man. We got Lurch. Again, thank you for that awesome Ratchet figure. And the Lady J. It's a different version of her, but again, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we had fun talking about some of that stuff yesterday. He's watching the War for Cybertron. This is actually pretty damn good. I love how we got full circle and gone back to G1 likeness. Yeah. Well, G1. I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah,
right?
that series, I talked about that series was pretty good. A lot of people said it's garbage. Well, they never paid attention to the comics. They didn't see what they really did with that series. But
that's the Netflix one, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that.
The War for Cybertron was a Netflix one.
Yeah, that was Netflix. So yeah, like after I watched it on Netflix, I'll never watch it again because I'm more than likely never going to have Netflix again with their ridiculous freaking rate increases all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's all getting ridiculous. But yeah, we had a couple people on panel saying hi to the folks out there. We got the men's room in the house. What's up, man? Dude, let me know if you wanna pop in on Sunday. You're always welcome. I know the men's room. You got more good people out there who we're sick of all the craziness that's going on, and we're talking about it. Iceman Miler, what's up, bro? Hope you're doing well tonight. Brutal Morning was saying hi to the folks. Papa Cotton, what's up, man? He was saying hi to Tommy as well. He might be in his chat. Yeah, we're broadcasting on both channels right now, and I believe on my Facebook as well. So for the folks who are tuning in or for the first time, hello everyone. We're going to be hitting some topics. Pale Rider, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. Soul Assassin. Let's see. I don't think I missed anyone. Tollback. You have a link too, buddy. If you want to pop in, you're more than welcome to. Again, this one it's the shorter stream. Usually we'll go around 2 hours or more on the Sundays. That's usually how we've been doing it. DJ Ronnie G, what's up, bro? Good seeing you. Monotony, of course. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Samba Gogo. Curtis YZ. We have most people here. Get to the bottom there. But let's jump into this conversation. Tommy, if you want to start off with episode 9. Because I was.
Absolutely. I want to start off with episode 9 real quick by talking about episode 8. When we got done with 7, we were kind of wondering, like, okay, where's this going? Because we're going up and down on this roller coaster. Good episode, filler. Good episode, filler. And then we got to 8, and 8 was a damn good episode. And it led right into 9. And the cliffhanger from 8 was fantastic. Like, they fall down into the hole. No, they're going to the hollow earth. And 9 picks up right where that leaves off, and you get a whole bunch more stuff, and you get stuff in the hollow earth towards the end, and a surprise show up at the end, which I guess we'll get the end of the talk.
I saw from a mile away.
It was pretty apparent that's where they were going with it, but everything that they did in these last 2 episodes were absolutely killer, and this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see banger episode after banger episode. Like, please stop with these filler episodes now. Yep. Let's start doing like they did in 9, where they introduced a few more creatures and shit. This is what you need to do. You want this series to be successful and pick it up for multiple seasons? Start giving us some more incredible episodes like these last 2 that I seen. Vinny has already watched the last one at 3 in a row, 3 bangers in a row. From what Vinny's saying, this is what you need to do. You want to be able to run with this series and really feed off of everything that the Monsterverse has already set up for you to be able to grab from. This is the way to do it. What did they always say? They were trying to say with the Mandalorian, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. No, what Monarch did in these last 3 episodes, from what he said, because I haven't watched the last one, this is the way you do it. This is the way you need to pick up the second series if they get greenlit for a second series. This is what you need to do. You need to take this momentum you built in the last 3 episodes and carry it over to the next season and give us something amazing. Make people excited to be able to see stuff from the Monsterverse again.
Absolutely. I think they did a damn good job because in 9 we get to have more of that backstory on Kurt Russell's character. Lee. His story was pretty damn cool how they did it because again. We know that Keiko, she was pulled into that hollow earth. It looked like she died in that first episode. And he thought that there was a way of finding her, at least her body or something. And he wanted to go in there, and they wanted to do like a rescue mission kind of thing. And I think, what was it, in 69? No.
50. It was in the 50s, wasn't it?
50. I was thinking it was 59. He went in. him and his team. And yeah, he actually they get some of that backstory as to what happened to him and why he's a lot younger than in present day than he would be. And yeah, apparently when you go to the Hollow Earth stuff, time moves differently there. And he went down there for a little bit. It wasn't. What was he down there for? Like a day?
Something like that. He wasn't there long.
Yeah, he said it felt like a day or two, or at the most. But yeah, it was.
Yeah,
an extended amount of time. And you know what? And this is one of the things, real quick, Vinny, that some of the other people that were initially reviewing this, there were some gripes about that stuff. They didn't even wait for an explanation. They're like, that don't make any sense, blah, 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 blah. And then as you watch it and you progress through the episodes and you finally get to these episodes, okay, now this all makes sense. They tied it in nicely. And I felt that they explained it very well without over-explaining it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
and
was
then,
good.
like,
I like how they did that.
Even with like him mentioning how he was there before, like that kind of threw me. I knew that what's her name wasn't dead as soon as he mentioned that, because if he was there and came back, then there's obviously a way for her to potentially be alive. But and I like how like the time moves differently and all that stuff. It just adds a different element to it, I guess. But it still doesn't explain. What was it, Kong versus Godzilla, because they go there and they come back, and there wasn't a time jump.
Continuity.
How long were they there for? Out of curiosity,
I don't know the time. I don't know if they were mentioning it or not. But I know Kurt kind of, his character mentions like the longer they're there, the more time passes. So if they're not there that long, maybe it doesn't really affect much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, because there was something to that effect in the last episode, but we'll save that for next week. But because there is some strange things in the occurrences. I think it also has to do with that energy pull, depending on where they go in from. It feels like they established that a little bit. It's not kind of blatant, but there's some factors in there that it looks like it might be along those lines. Because I know, like, what was it in the Kong versus Godzilla movie, they were like in Antarctica or something when they went through that way. This was a different location. Like I don't know. I think that might have some play. It wasn't. It's not fully explained. They give you kind of chunks of it here and there. But what was that? What was really cool about that was he was the only survivor. He came back. There was like another weird pull or something happened with like another one of the Titans, kind of like, I guess when they get near to where the Hollow Earth is, like there's like a portal or something that starts to open, and he got sucked back up and back on. He got put back on regular Earth, and when he did, it was like when we landed on the moon. So like he was gone for years, and it was crazy because what's his name? The Asian dude, the father of the two kids. I
forget his name, but I know you're talking about.
Basically, Kiko's her son. He's an adult when the younger version of Kurt Russell's character pops up there, and he's like in shock that like he's a grown man, I believe he was like a doctor or something, and like they were in shock. He didn't know what had happened, what was going on. It was really cool they did it, and you could see basically, he was like a man out of time at that point. He had really nothing left there, and that's when they kind of put him like in that Monarch facility and whatnot, like an old folks home type of thing. And you could see as stuff was going down, and then the monster started appearing again, and that's when he was kind of like not taking his medicine. They were trying to keep him doped up and like a vegetable kind of. And you could see he got away from it, and he's kind of paying attention to what the hell's going on. But it's cool they gave you more of those pieces of the puzzle to the character, and what was happening with all of them. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Tommy, you want to jump into basically what else happened in the episode?
Okay. Well, the name you're looking for is Hiroshi.
That's it, Hiroshi.
Yeah, Hiroshi Brand. So one of the things I thought was pretty interesting is you never seen somebody actually land on the ground in Hollow Earth. Like when we see it in the movies, they were in those anti-gravity vehicles.
Yep.
So they never hit when they hit the ground in this one, there's an energy charge, discharge, and release, and it keeps coming down almost like from the ground lightning strikes or something, the way it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there were explosions and everything. So he already knew that, and he knew how to kind of get around that stuff and how to watch for it. But I thought that was kind of interesting too, that there was this residual energy from the portal opening up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool how they did some of that stuff. And again, I guess Toho signing off on most of these ideas on what they're doing. That's a cool thing because, like I said, this connects in a big way. You could watch the series in between those movies. Like it's going to make perfect sense to you because again, the time frame that it's in. Yeah, it's solid. I like what they've been doing. Really good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But so basically, they go back to where the mother where Kiko, where she went down in that kind of Kazakhstan area, and it looks like his character is trying to blow it all up, like almost like seal the
he wants to seal, at least what I'm gathering, he wants to seal our world from their world.
Right.
And he's going to each different one and basically imploding the portals to stop them from coming here. And
he's basically with the granddaughter, Kate, and she falls in like the detonation thing goes off, and like he goes to save her, and he doesn't want to have like a repeat of what had happened to the mother. Or the grandmother rather. So he he grabbed her and like they both go in and under. They get sucked in and pop out into like Hollow Earth, and that was pretty interesting how they did that. And the black girl as well.
May
because the creature that was there was all big and stuff now because it showed like a bunch of molts of those weird bug things from like in the 50s. And that thing showed up. At least the mama.
It was cool they did that shit. Yeah, because in that first episode you see a bunch of like the husks of those things. Like so that means they outgrew their bodies like like a snake or a bug or whatever, and left like exoskeleton and whatnot. But it was cool how they did it. I like how they have like monsters are pretty much in every episode, and that's another great thing that they did and how they balanced it out. Because it's usually we don't like the human side of the stories, but this is actually pretty good. And
even if it wasn't like the main focus of the episode, there's at least like a flashback that might have like a little snippet of like a monster or something like that.
Well, the other thing you're talking about with the characters, and it's why I think these last few episodes were so good, even with the characters that you got the human element in it, the way they did it, I think, was tastefully in the last few episodes. So even with the stuff with the interaction between Tim and Kentaro and the lead chick for Monarch, their interactions were still enjoyable to watch. Like you see, like that guy Tim. Even though he's an agent of Monarch, he's becoming conflicted with Monarch's stance and his boss' stance on what to do moving forward. Like, Kentaro needs to be part of it. And she's like, no. You see that there's conflict in there, too. And the way they're doing it is it's not overdrawn and it's not the total focus. And it's just enough of focus to make it interesting as a subplot of the show. So I like that. I like that's what they did in these. So, like, all the ones where they had the down episodes, they just focused way too much on the human element and that alone, and really drug those episodes down. These last few ones is where they did it just right. They gave you just enough to make it interesting. You want to see a little bit more of what happens between these characters, but it's not going to be the total focus of every episode. At least that's my hopes moving forward with the way they did these last few.
No, I think it was smart how they did it. And then and you see the whole thing too of like Kentaro and his father, how there's a struggle between them, and you could see like he's so pissed because what happened, like basically his half sister and May, that he thinks that they're dead, basically. And yeah, he comes into contact with his father again. He went back to his place in Tokyo, and you know, he basically tells his father, and his father feels like complete dog shit, like that he's responsible for, you know, his own daughter dying because they were following him, and he wanted to know what the hell he was doing, what he was trying to do, and how he ran away from them and all that in like the previous episode. So like, yeah, Kintaro's like stepping up to his father, and his father is just kind of like destroyed because in that episode, his father, when he sees like when Lee comes back. And he, you know, the younger version of Kurt Russell, like he believes like that his mom like did the wrong thing and like she sacrificed herself and like it was all for nothing basically, and he wanted to stay away from it. And it's almost like Kurt Russell's character kind of convinced him like, no, this is like your family, our life's work. Like you should be doing this or whatever. And he basically gets that bug to, you know, to continue his mother's work, and you know, well, both his parents, because Billy pretty much became his father. He's not his biological father, but you know, was helping to raise him. And that's what's his face's character from the Godzilla movie, the one from Roseanne, John Goodman. So yeah, John Goodman's character when he was younger. Yeah, he's, you know, for anyone who's been following us talking about this, you know who he is. But yeah, all that stuff, like they did a great job with kind of building that, because it was kind of confusing at first, like what's going on with all this shit. And then you find out his deal too, why he's got basically two families. He fell in love with the nurse that was kind of taking care of Lee. And that's, you know, the product of that was Kintaro. But yet it looks like he had something going when he was in San Francisco with the other one, and that's where Kate came from. So it's because the guy is like he threw himself into his mother's work and his parents' work to
just fucking like rabbits.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's but interesting. I mean, that's not the route I would have gone writing those characters, but for what was there, I kind of get what they were going for. But I think that's because that writer, Matt Fraction, he's into that kind of weird shit, the cooking and all that. Why do these people got to be so weird? I don't get it. But there's enough talent in there, but the stories are solid, and what they did was good. Because by the last episode, it's like, oh yeah, this is great. It gets you hyped. That's for sure. You know, and like I want to see the movies again, and I'm looking forward to the next one. But
yeah, same.
Yeah, curious to see where they're going to go. And yeah, what's going to happen if this gets picked up for season 2 or not? Because yeah, there's some big stuff.
And the last time I checked, there still was no announcement that it was picked up yet. But I mean, Jesus, if this is any indication of where they're going, I really do hope it does get picked up for another season at least.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, because I like I said, I think that a good chunk of the budget went into the last episode, because there is some cool stuff that happens. Yeah, it's great. And yeah, they're under their cliffhanger was like, oh yeah, satisfying.
You know, I thought the cliffhanger from 7 to 8 was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
And this one and 8 into 9. I'm sorry, 8. Yeah,
8 into 9.
Yeah, 8 into 9. And then 9, the way that ends reminds me very much of what they were doing with Cobra Kai. The surprise appearance at the end.
Yeah. I think so. We could say, can't we?
Yeah, we could say it now. Yeah,
because at the end, you see Kurt Russell's character. He's kind of with May, and they're trying to survive and figure out how to get out of there. And that's when he kind of told his.
Well, they were also trying to find Kate.
Yeah, they're looking for Kate, and they know that they can't stay there long. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" Because time moves differently here, and he's basically telling her his story. You know, that's how they cut into the past stuff. But yeah, the longer they're there, it's not a day. We're talking years, and you know, it's cool how they did all that. But yeah, so then Kate wakes up and she's being basically like attacked by this giant boar thing. It's kind of coming after her, and right when it's circling around about to kill her, you see an arrow shoots it in the eye and it runs away. and standing there like in this heroic fashion is her grandmother is Keiko, and she looks exactly like when she fell into the hole.
Except she's got that Green Arrow vibe going on.
Yeah. No beard though, so that's good.
She does have the Green Arrow vibe.
She does. That's fine. Yeah, she's hot. So. But yeah, no, they did a good job, and definitely looking forward to talking about the last episode next week. What's up, Peter? Awesome seeing you, man. Happy New Year, brother. Hell yeah, man. Hope all is going well on your end. Yeah, and if you were unaware, yeah, my campaign, we got 3 days left on the Volume 3 art book. It's not going to stay up for much longer. It's once we go in demand, it's just until I fulfill, and then I'll be closing it. It's a super short campaign because it didn't pull in what it should have, but yeah, all you guys are going to be getting your books, and it's going to be awesome. So keep getting the word out there. I do want to do perfect binding if we could get it higher. Again, we only have 3 days left, so whatever push everyone could do, again, grab those links, get them out there, let people know, because yeah, I actually deliver, unlike other creators.
There's some key phrasing words going on there, so yeah, it's not going to stay up long. Get the push going on, and then right before that, you were talking about your yellow fever. I don't know, Vinny. That's a very strange choices of words, my friend. Very strange indeed.
I'm a doctor, and even I know something's going wrong there. So yeah, you get that checked out, buddy.
How many assholes we got on this ship, anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yep.
It's true.
Oh, we have a new arrival back here in the back.
Oh,
you got him?
Yeah, I went to grab him the same time you did.
Hey,
I'm in him out. Hi, I'm Ross Perot.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm back, man. I'm back. It's all good. I was laughing. I was like, yeah, I'll type in the chat for a bit. Eventually, Vinny will see it. I'm like, I know you see me in the chat. I'm in the back room. It's like, that's all right. We're going to have fun anyway.
Adam's being really spicy for the stream. He's put his blackface on.
That's right.
Guess he's black again?
Again.
Sorry, I get long-winded when I start talking.
What up, Lion?
I didn't hear it at all, and yeah,
it's that high tea. They call him that because he doesn't drink. He doesn't drink with his pinky out. That's not why they call him high tea. All right.
Yeah. Holy crap! But yeah, folks, there's the link. So yeah, grab it, get it out there, let people know about it. Lion Ratton, what's up, brother? Always great seeing you. So hell yeah, man. Monarch's been really good. Like we said, there was a couple of misses here and there, but it felt like they were stretching out the series. But yeah, these last episodes were excellent. In the last,
so now we're stretching things out, Vinny. We're stretching them out.
Listen, just don't forget, we got to march into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. Yeah, we're gonna start talking about some other stuff. So
God, I can't stand her face. That nasty hobgoblin looking thing. Like, ugh.
This is a pact with the devil. Can't you see? And I'm the devil.
Like that's what you get if you cross a pachyderm's ass with a pug.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I see it. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
they're identical. It's crazy, man. But yeah, this union of trash here. So apparently this guy, he just got a slap on the wrist and had to pay $500. That's it. This guy is his property is amazing. He's multi-millionaire or something. They set him up in a big way.
You know why though, Vinny? Without getting a YouTube butthurt. The reason why is because he's a traitor, like all those goose stepping freaks. They love that. They love when you turn people in. So he's being applauded for doing that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, this is crazy, man. And this one, she orchestrated this shit. She did. It's been proven by the chief of police that was there and all that stuff. But we'll get more into that on the Rumble side. But it's crazy. They're in charge, so they're not going to arrest themselves. This is basically how it is. The only way there's going to be real change is if everyone gets shit canned. Yeah, it's crazy. Speaking of other crazy shit, apparently someone did. They put together an AI special of George Carlin. His daughter was infuriated, and she says, he goes, hey, instead of trying to grab, dead people's voices and trying to make comedy out of it out of nowhere, maybe you should, I don't know, actually write material and I don't know, maybe support actual comedians instead of doing all this weird cheap shit. Because AI is destroying everything, absolutely everything. It destroyed the art industry. It's hurt all of us. There are people that have no fucking jobs at all. That we've spent years honing our crafts, our skill, developing a style, and that gets all thrown out the window because AI is copying that style and then replacing you essentially. Because a lot of these movie houses and stuff, what they're basically doing is, they're typing in these phrases and whatnot, or they're hiring people who know how to put that stuff together in a proper way to get certain results. And and they're paying them a fraction of the money, if anything. It's crazy.
It's
and
amazing
real
they
talent.
It's amazing they got the talent to do this, but this is what you're doing with it. It's cool that they got the talent, the technology, and the stuff to do this, but this is what you're doing with it. Like, there's so many other things you could be doing with this. And then they're raking, resurrecting this guy out of his coffin, figuratively speaking, and for what?
Yeah,
that's the idea. It should be a tool to use to accentuate things, not something completely replace it. And you just catch that, Vinny?
You got this amazing technology, Peter, and this is what they're doing with it. It's ridiculous.
Dude, man, thank you, bro. No, I wasn't putting you on the spot or anything. I was just saying in general for everybody. Yeah, if you haven't yet, back and support it. I haven't checked my list, the list of names. Again, I've been juggling a lot of stuff and going to bed at like 3 a.m. every night. I'm trying to get some other stuff done in between working on City Venus too. So when it comes time for fulfillment and everything, I'll be combing over everything, and as always, making sure my fulfillment hat is on, and everyone's going to get their stuff in a timely fashion. I know that the prices are going up too at the post office, which really sucks. Apparently in 2 weeks or less, they're going to be, there's another hike. International. I apologize to you guys in advance because I know it's always a pain. Again, they're doing this on purpose. They're jacking prices up everywhere on purpose to hurt everyone. It's not fair. It's not fair to anybody. Prices on printing have gone up. Everything shot through the roof. That's why I said, this campaign is not going to be able to stay up, too long after we go in demand. Like I said, it'll maybe a month and a half tops, just in order to do fulfillment and whatnot. So, but yeah, if you guys, by some miracle we get a bunch of money coming in here, then I'll keep it open. But as it is, these numbers, it is what it is right now, folks.
Can you make sense out of that one?
Out of what? Well, the irony, one about AI copying Carlin and Carlin himself had plagiarized Bill Hicks. I heard a couple of things in the past. I know he was on massive amounts of drugs when he was younger. I know his last specials were fantastic. Those were all him. I can't say younger wise what he had done. I know he did some shady shit. I believe it or not, when I was in high school, my shop teacher, his brother used to help manage George Carlin. And he said Carlin, at least in those days, was a total dick. He was always high. He was a mess. And he had cleaned himself up, and, he kind of came back. And like I said, the material that he was doing in his later years before he passed, I thought was really good. But I never followed all of his stuff, to be quite honest. But I did hear that he did that with Bill Hicks.
No, see, I didn't. That's why I wanted you to make sense, because I hadn't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, it's all crazy stuff, man. But
all comedians end up like plagiarizing. Dude, it's disturbing how many of what is it, like 90% of Amy Schumer's stand up was like ripped off of like at least 20 different other stand up comedians.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you know what it is too? They listen to everyone else's bits. And they'll be hanging out with these people, and shit'll get into their head that they're not even aware of what the hell they're doing. I know that happens too. Joe Rogan had a great conversation about that too in the past, where someone else was doing a bit that was similar to his, and vice versa, and neither one of them remembered who came up with it first. It was crazy. It's like, well, they both kind of agreed not to do the bit anymore.
Well, Joe Rogan I think he was the one that got into a big fight with Carlos Mencia because Carlos Mencia was big on stealing material from other people to the point where like they would say, hey, Mencia's in the club, watch your new shit. And Rogan got on stage and just the two of them had words. It was pretty intense.
Just laugh, man. It's just being a gay fish, man.
Yeah.
Like, laugh.
Well, Mencia, he did it on purpose. Because everything was being stolen left, right, and center. I don't think he had one piece of material that was his.
Yeah, and then the issue with that is when he was called out, he doesn't like own up to it. He tries to make an excuse or some shit.
No, dude. South Park called him out on it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then didn't he disappear after that?
Well, he did, but he showed up on some other podcasts or whatever.
Well, he lost his show
recently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, within the last couple of years.
Well, I seem to recall some other entertainer, not South Park, but there was some other entertainer that really went after his ass.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
No, it was somebody besides Rogan. There was somebody else that went after him.
Yeah, there was somebody else. I can't remember who it was. Because that was a number of years ago.
Him and Bobby Lee were like friends and shit, and he had him on his podcast, and like he kind of like went over his like, we wouldn't have a problem with it as long as you like would own up to it and not try to like backtrack and like do all this other shit like when we're calling you out on it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, Peter, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's amazing. Do you remember the guy who did the Cash Cab? Ben Daly. Yeah. There, he's a stand-up comedian as well, and then he was doing that, like he landed that show, and he still does his sets and stuff. And he says one comedian ripped them off word for word. I believe it was Jay Moore, and he grabbed them after a show and basically picked them up off the ground, like with his hand around his throat. He goes, "You do this shit again, I will beat the ever-living fuck out of you."
I think Soul Assassin might be right. I think it was George Lopez.
Yeah, I think you are right.
Yeah, he called Batman a fascist, and then he called out Mencia.
He did call out Mencia, but Joe Rogan, I think, was the one who was banned from coming to I believe it was the Comedy Store.
Oh yeah,
that he was banned because of the fight he started with Mencia, even though Mencia was the asshole.
Yeah, mentioning his name in the comedy circle is not a good thing. They just say you have the Menzies.
Joe Rogan's comedy isn't exactly the greatest either, because he started in comedy. And but his comedy is shit as well.
And he went to news radio. Yeah. Although I did watch, there's this video that I can't seem to find on YouTube anymore. Gee, I wonder why. But it was of a feminist trying to like domineer over him. And he held his own and just like they were outside smoking or whatever. And this like chick comes over and just starts like bullying him essentially. And like the way he threw everything back at her, like that was like a standing ovation slow clap. It's like, bravo, good sir. He's like,
clap.
Yeah, it's just like, why are you talking down to me? Like, who are you're nobody? Like, you're shitting on me. You were in the audience. Like, you're not even like, you weren't even one of the people up on stage. So I don't even know who you are. Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's all nuts. Yeah, because I know. George Lopez. He had his talk show or something for a short time, and I think that's when he was hitting Mencia and embarrassing him, which is good. But yeah, then you're right. He's a total lefty nut job too.
Well, remember his original stage name?
No.
So Carlos Mencia isn't his real name. It was like Ned the Wet.
Ned the what?
I can't say. Yeah, it's a slur. But he's not even like like that whole thing is a shtick. It's not even like he's basically like the guy from Shitty Walk, like a white dude pretending he's Asian.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a big scumbag.
Holy crap. Well, we're gonna be headed over to Rumble now. I think Chris could say it if he wants. Because he didn't name him.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm waiting for this stupid ad to finish.
Yeah, the Carlin thing's upsetting too, because even if the daughter were to be the one that did it, it'd be one thing. But yeah, that's just wrong.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's pure shit, man. It's like they're literally. How can they do it with? Can't she sue on top of it?
I would think so. That would be my question, because I mean, like, there were records and stuff, and if we get copyright claims on fucking YouTube, bro, how could you legally do that and not get sued?
Well, that's the way a lot of that stuff works too. So when Carlin dies, his work is still protected for X amount of years, and it actually falls into the custody of the next of kin. So yeah, his daughter would be the custodian of his work,
and
for
unless during his lifetime he signed,
he sold his rights.
Yeah, he sold his rights to his likeness and whatever. And I know when they were doing the Bill and Ted's cartoon, I remember there was something about that where.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe that's how they got it in.
Well, I know the Sirius XM, because the daughter ran the Sirius XM shows that they would do with this classic stuff. So I mean, I'm sure she does, does have bits and pieces, of what. So I would assume, again, this is just us, just finding out about this and not really having a lot of research on it. But yeah, I would assume she could sue for it, because
I think, Chris, probably what happened with that, and they do this with a lot of like different shows and movies and stuff like that. So they signed over their likeness of their portrayal in that version. Not everything they've done, but that version, the studio owns all rights, and they can pretty much do whatever they want with that version of him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the lawyers feast on.
Yeah. I'm curious, but it's funny. Yeah, somebody said this is the most anyone's talking about Mencia in years.
Yeah, he probably creamed his pants.
Yeah, jeez.
You like fish sticks in your mouth?
Unbelievable, but yeah, folks. There's the link for Rumble.
Before we bounce out of here, Vinny.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about something that I actually seen the other last night, as a matter of fact. I told you about the one movie I rewatched, but that's not what I wanted to mention real quick. So I did see something else, and it actually gave me a little bit of hope that maybe some of these companies are seeing the error of their ways. So DC, as we know, usually puts out some semi-decent cartoons on HBO Max. The last few I seen by them were pretty piss poor. Last night I seen a new one they just dropped. It's Scooby-Doo and the gang rescue the Justice League. So it's Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2. And they have to solve the mystery of why the Justice League has vanished. And I watched that, and it was good. And yes, Velma was the real Velma. Shaggy was the real Shaggy. Now, granted, they had to get different voice actors in to do some of the voices, but they picked from people you would expect. So Lillard was freaking Shaggy. Like, they did a damn good job on this one. So, I mean, if you guys have a chance to watch that one, that was actually a lot of fun. It felt more like classic Scooby-Doo, and it felt a little bit more like from what little bit you see of the Justice League guys, it felt like classic Justice League stuff. It was very well done.
Oh, wow.
Well, their last DC cartoon I watched, I was not happy with.
Which one was
I can't
that?
remember. I forget. It was one of the Green Lantern ones, but it was Hal Jordan ended up being the bad guy. I can't remember.
Oh, jeez.
It was
that awful Batman Christmas thing that they put out on Amazon.
No,
I didn't see that.
Oh my god, it was like they took the Cal art style to the nth degree.
Oh,
yeah, and they made like a bat like it was awful. Like it hurt. Watch it. Like I watched about 3 minutes of it, and I'm like, I'm out. I can't do it.
Show us on the doll where it hurt you.
Yeah, like I've never like there are very few things where like I'll watch it and then have like a super negative emotion about it to be like I'm done. That was one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Disney did a good job with the Percy Jackson TV series. Parker Sobel is playing the role of Percy Jackson, and it's very faithful to the books, unlike the movies that were previously released at separate.
Didn't they race swap? Yeah, didn't they race swap shit?
They did race swap Annabeth, but other than that, everything else has been chapter by chapter.
Edge is in that too, Adam Copeland. He plays Ares.
Oh, nice.
Disappointed.
No, come on, it's got to be the Ares from the old, Xena show, right?
Yeah, that dude's dead.
Yeah, I know,
man. I like that's one thing that bothers me though with all these like I get like I'm glad they're more faithful to the source material, but still, dude, like the casting, like that's gonna hurt. Like,
yeah, if they race swapped, is it really though? Is it really faithful if it's race swapped?
If they're like, well, race doesn't matter, it's like fine, then make it a friggin' robot. Like, make it a giant animated hamster. Like, if you're gonna be that ridiculous and just be like, well, we're not gonna really, what's the big deal? Well, then what's the big deal in making him talking animated CGI goldfish? Like, you know what I mean? It's absurd.
Or why can't you just enjoy it for what it was, how the person wrote it and filmed it and had it done the way they wanted it done, just because your butt hurt over something that's probably completely, retarded to begin with.
So it reminds me, and I hate going on rants like this, but like, you remember HBO had fairy tales for every child?
No.
Yeah, back in the day, they had fairy tales for every child, and I was excited because I was like, oh sweet, they're gonna like go all around the world and like maybe they'll do like some Korean fairy tales or some other Asian ones or whatever.
Right.
Nope. All they did was they stole all the European fairy tales and just race swapped it. Like Little Red Riding Hood is now a little Chinese girl. Was it Jack and the Beanstalk is now a black kid or a Puerto Rican kid climbing a fence? I'm like, come on, like,
wow, yeah.
It was offensive. Like,
yeah, that's what they love to do because they want people to fight. That's why they do that shit.
Wishbone actually did a pretty good job of telling different tales from different cultures and stuff.
Yeah, because every culture has something. So if you're just replacing someone else's culture by just replacing the skin color or who it is, it's like, what? No. Why don't you go in? It's like if you're going to tell the story like the Golem and you decide, it's not going to be a Jewish story anymore.
It's not a Jewish story anymore.
Yeah, we're going to take it to India.
Goodness gracious, we are going to kill the village with the Golem.
Oh, wait, we got to give it to the Pakistanians, right? Isn't that what we do in 2024?
The Golem is named Shiva.
By the 7 arms of Vishnu, I swear to you, I did not make that Golem.
Holy shit. That's crazy. But hey, you know what? We're getting crazy. So we're going to jump on over to Rumble. Everyone on the YouTube side, thank you so much for being on here. Everybody out there, Tony, Curtis, YZ, Soul Assassin, Papa Cotton, all you guys and girls, man, you guys were great. Whoever still wants to listen to what we're going to talk about, because like I said, it's about to get spicy. We're just going to get over there. Goodbye, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is trash right now.
They've been trash for a very long time, and they will continue to be so until they burn to the ground and they're replaced by robots that the collective is going to put in their places.
Robots. I'm removing YouTube right now.
Be well, y'all.
Yeah, be well, everyone.